Okay, let's make sure this isn't too loud. I think we're good. I'm not sure. Right. Good evening. Okay, I think we're a little bit loud here. Let me just turn this down. Good evening, anomalous data point. Good evening. Yeah, it's a bit of a scary thumbnail, huh? Yeah, dolls do freak me out as well, but it's pertinent or relevant to the topic of the video. I thought I'd just pop on there and have a little chat about this, just because it's interesting. I'll say a few highs as people come in as well. But yeah, I wanted to make a short little stream, I suppose, about this because it's something that we might come across at some point. As a lot of you know, predominantly when I started reselling, we were selling a lot of used items from charity shops, car boots, etc. And then over time we bought bulk job lots and hauls and things like that. And at the moment I'm just trying a little bit of like dealing with contacts and buying from suppliers and wholesale and whatnot, and it's got its own set of challenges. I think one of the beauties of business and reselling in general and just business in general is whatever you think you're doing, there's always a better way of doing it, and whatever you think might be a better thing than what you're doing will have its own set of challenges, a new set of challenges. So like the whole grass is greener on the other side. Sometimes you might feel like, oh, I wish I had these great products to sell, and then you realize actually those products come with their own set of challenges as I'm just like finding out really. I'll say a few hellos. Like I said, Anomalous Data Point says hi. Damien, DB Resells, thank you for popping in. Michelle Lathan, Apple Core Productions, Aaron. Over the years, Tim. Yes, Tim, a little bit late, but I had to pop on to do this. The Vinyl Price, Jazz, Searle, thank you for popping in. Reselling White Boy, thank you, John Luke, for popping in. Enjoyed your stream earlier. Dawn, Sherry Paul, John Morris. Tracy says, oh my god, preach it, dealing with the UK. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tracy, for that comment. I appreciate it. Hey Ryan, and that's the bottom line because hey, very funny, Ryan. Hey Ashley, how are you? A Welsh runner, Nia, Chrissy, Jack, thank you for popping in. Right, guys, so I'll get to it. There's about 30 people in here from what I can tell, so thank you for popping in. Really do appreciate it. I know it's late in the UK at least. I've started, like I said, going into a bit of contacts and wholesales, and I wanted to get into a few different things. And one of my recent pickups has been from a legit distributor, well-respected distributor. I wanted to get into things like this. So action figures. So here is a really, really cool action figure. This is actually a Chucky, an Ultimate Chucky by a company called NECA. So there is the box at the bottom. Ooh, gosh, there you go, NECA. You'll have seen that brand around if you're into your action figures, and these are like Ultimate Editions. Actually, I can show you what a boxed one looks like. So here is a boxed, genuine Chucky. So if I open it up, oh, his head's fallen in there, but that he comes packaged with all his bits and pieces, and then you can see he looks a bit glary there because of all the plastic, but yeah, so that is what we're dealing with. This is what I'm going to talk about. So I've got these figures, and I've got a range of different figures. I'm really happy with having the contact. I love having this contact, and it's legit stuff, and I can show you it's legit stuff as well. So the selling price for these figures is around £40 mark online. So that's what you can expect to get for the genuine ultimate version. Now, if in the future they become discontinued, the prices can go up, but currently these are available. You're looking at around £40 to buy one of these figures. Now, if you pop onto good old eBay, let me just screen share this so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Why is it saying Why is it saying like? What is it? What's going on here? Oh no, something's messed up. I've just messed something up. Ah, oh, damn it. Okay, I don't know what I've messed up. Okay, now we're good. Right, here we go. Now this is where it gets interesting, or not really, or kind of annoying in a way. This is funny. Let me just show you guys. If you type in NECA Ultimate Chucky, so I've gone into incognito mode on Chrome so it doesn't affect search results or anything. I've just typed in NECA Ultimate Chucky. The very first listing that eBay will show you, the very first listing, is for the NECA Child's Play Chucky for £17 with £1 shipping. And as you can see, there's 40 of them that have sold. And I'm ashamed to say one of them is actually mine. Now, the reason why I decided to buy one of these as well. And I bought one because I wanted to see the difference, right? So I wanted to see, what are you getting? You know, like, have I been ripped off by my contact? Have I been completely ripped off by my supplier? And you can get these brand new figures because they look amazing, and you can get them for £17. Have I just been ripped off for what I've paid? So obviously I knew that wasn't the case. I kind of wanted to do this. I've done this before as well. I like comparing fake versus real, even though annoyingly it means I'm patroning people that are basically just dodgy, right? So here is what I received. This is what I received. Very, very quickly, this is not going to be easy for someone that isn't versed in these figures to be able to spot this stuff. And that's the problem. Like, imagine if you're going onto eBay for Christmas and you're buying, you know that your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your husband, your wife is a massive Child's Play fan, and you need to get them a Christmas present, and you type in, you know, they want the NECA Ultimate Chucky, and they type that in, and the very first thing that pops up is a fake one with 40 plus sold at the top of search rankings. You're going to look at the photos, you're going to think, well, why am I going to pay £40 for Zahir's one when I can pay £17 for these guys' one? And here is the fake, and there you go. Look at the first thing that will come to mind. The first thing that you'll notice is that the real one, sorry, that's the fake. The real one has a hook on top to hang on because it's for retail. So that's the first thing you'll notice. That's a minor, but the main thing is you'll start noticing the difference in print quality. The print quality is very different. You can see that on the fake, which is this one here, so without the tab, you can see that the color difference is there. The white, the things that should be white have got like a bluish hue. The printing is not as good quality. Now the printing is one thing. You can say it's just a box. You're going to take the product out of the box, right? So this is just something, you know, you want to have a think about. Anomalous data point says this video is unwise. The fake seller might decide to call around your house to discuss the matter. They may well do. That's, you know, that's, I suppose, the risk. So this definitely, you know, that's just the, yeah, printing is one thing. The printing on the real one is much crisper. If you actually look at the bottom is very different as well. You can see it's just much, the red is better. It's, you know, now it's just weird because you think, why would someone fake these things? People fake everything nowadays, but it gets really bad when it comes to the actual figure itself. They'd have to jump on the plane from China. Unfortunately not. This is someone that has imported this stuff. Actually, if you look at this person's store, I'm not going to kind of go into their store and everything, but if you look at this person's store, you'll actually see that their whole store is filled with, they've only got a few hundred feedback, but their whole store is filled with fake stuff. Their whole store is just literally filled with it. They've got all kinds of fake stuff. That one of their other listings is Pokemon on the DS and Animal Crossing on the DS. They've apparently sold 237 copies of Animal Crossing on the DS. They've only got 200 odd feedback, but that is crazy. But yeah, it's just pretty much everything they sell is by the looks of it, from the pricing anyway, unless they've got the best deals. But anyway, let me just take you to the actual figure. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Again, but the thing is, what's worrying is it's fake and it's not as good, but to the untrained eye it will be almost, it will be almost as good. Now here are the figures. Here are the two Chuckies, okay? So here are the two Chuckies. So if I can just show you, they, on first impression you'll think, really, what's the big deal? Now this one here is the fake, this one is the real one, okay? This one here is the real one. I can't figure out what's, it's difficult for me to do my lefts and rights, but the first thing you'll notice is that the fake one is very shiny. The plastic is very, very shiny. It's just, there's a world of difference when you're holding it. It's a world of difference. So here is the real one, here's the fake one here, that's the fake, there's the real one there. The difference in the plastic is huge. The fake one, this is just super, super shiny plastic. The body shape is different. There's like a little flap there for some reason. I don't know why. That's like a rubber flap. That's not even a, proper body. Like on the real one, it's all full molded piece. The plastic is just better. The skin is probably the easiest thing to tell. The skin tone is so much better. Let me just see if I can get this thing to focus. God, it's a bit difficult to focus. So the skin on that one is much more natural. Like the paint job, everything about it. It screams just poor quality. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just really frustrating because obviously your eBay seller won't know, but this is where obviously being able to sell physically is good. If I was selling these things at like a toy fair or something, I'd even maybe keep one out so I could compare the two, and compare and show people the difference in what you're getting when you buy cheap fake. Because the joints are not as good. There's paintwork issues on the fake one. Look at the arm there. The paint is spilling over. The joints that don't carry on the pattern from the sleeve. It's meant to have a green band on the pattern on his sleeve. It doesn't carry through. Whereas on the real one, the paintwork is spot on. God, let's see if we can focus. Paintwork is spot on, and as you can see, they carry the green paint through the joint as well, because obviously it's meant to be on the back of the sleeve. It's just overall a much better made figure. It's absolutely crazy the difference. But the thing is, when you receive one originally, you think like, wow, it's the same thing pretty much. And if you're like an inexperienced buyer, you're buying a present, it's really bad that the first thing someone is going to see is this. Here is the search results. Type in NECA Ultimate Chucky, and bam, you can see top of search, 40 plus sold, £17. It's just wrong. This seller, I'm not going to name them or anything like that. You can find this listing if you want and look at their other items, and their other items look suspicious too. But that's not a good way to deal with things. And in a way, you kind of understand why for example, Amazon get so funny and brands get so funny about who can sell their stuff. You can understand that, because if you want to sell certain brands on Amazon, certain brands won't allow you to, Amazon won't allow you to sell certain brands unless you can provide proof that you've bought your item from a recognized source, right? And, in this kind of situation, I can completely appreciate it. And in this kind of situation, I'd be happy if eBay implemented something like this, because especially if you're putting in the money to go down the route of buying, like genuine new stock, it's just kind of annoying, really. But I just wanted to kind of make this video because it's just crazy. I mean, like, and the difference just carries on, guys. I mean, like, here's the head sculpts, alternate head sculpts. Look at these alternate head sculpts. I mean, I don't know if I need to God, you can tell that one is the fake. Hopefully, you can tell. Hopefully, that one's the fake by the skin color. It's just not anywhere near the same league as the legit one. Also, the paint work on it, the skin tone, the detail in the scarring, everything about it. It's got that horrible kind of reddish orange plastic that you find on those like pound shop action figures, But yeah, I just think it's wrong. Let me just see what the chat is saying. Printing is much crisper. I hate fakes, so demoralizing. Yeah. Fake seller will be. Yeah. I hate fakes too. Actually, people can be so scummy. I mean, yes, I think so. I mean, but the problem is, Jazz. The problem is, if you're an inexperienced seller and you're looking for stock, especially if you're looking for new stock, people are often told, best thing to do is to look on Alibaba or AliExpress and you'll be able to buy the stock. And unfortunately, a lot of people do that. A lot of people will start their journey of selling wholesale in places like Alibaba, and I'll show you why. If you go to Alibaba, and you type in NECA, you can apparently buy a NECA Pennywise figure for between $5 and $7 each. Again, this brand new will be a 40-odd pound figure, right? So, but instead of going through the correct channels and getting the legit item, some people may be, I don't want to make excuses because obviously it's wrong because someone is benefiting at the expense of other sellers, including myself. Someone is benefiting by selling these items. It makes the platform look bad. It makes the seller look bad. It makes everyone look bad. And also, imagine from NECA's point of view, they put in all this effort to make these really, this figure, honestly, guys, when you handle it, it just feels so much nicer than the fake one, and you actually feel bad for a company like NECA or whoever, because they put in all the effort to make sure that their quality control is really good, that the paint work is immaculate, you've got high quality plastics, sorry, it's made for collectors. And then imagine how they feel that when a customer who may be looking to get their first NECA action figure decides to buy one, only to pick up a fake because they've gone onto eBay, typed it in, and the first listing that's come up is a fake. The first thing they see is a fake one and they buy it, and that's their experience of a NECA figure. They'll think, well, why did I pay £40 for this? I mean, or why did I pay, well, it's only 17 quid, isn't it? Sorry, but my point is, like, they'll be like, it's not as good as I thought. Maybe they've seen reviews of NECA figures, or they've seen, they had expectations, and the expectations would not be met by this figure. Whereas if you open this figure up and you look at the head sculpts of this figure, you look at the detailed accessories, because it comes with a whole range of accessories like a blade, knives, bat, all kinds of stuff. And that's, their experience will obviously be a lot better with a genuine product because it's better quality. But like I said, if your first experience of wholesale is Alibaba, for God's sake, and you type in NECA, NECA shouldn't really come up, should it? I mean, type in NECA and bam, first thing you see, NECA Pennywise clown, from between $5 and $7 each. And I'm sure if I type in, if I scroll down there, you've got it, you've got Predator, you've got Arnie, you've got all the figures that you'll pay good money for. There you go. So there you go. Between $9 and $10 each. There you go. You can buy it, buy 1,000 pieces and you'll get a discount. Obviously this is, and you'll get it cheaper than this because this is just the price they're showing you. If you actually start contacting these companies, these suppliers, and you're serious about buying, they will give you a cheaper price than what is shown here. Obviously this is just the price shown out front. If you contact these guys, you'll probably be, contact one of these companies that supplies these dodgy fakes. They will probably supply it for even cheaper if you buy enough. So there you go, someone paying for that, and then I just think it's wrong. And I'm having a little bit of a rant about it, but it's just my thing. From the camera, it looks like the eyebrows like Ron Weasley. But can you speak the rest of the time as Chucky? Unfortunately, Tracy, I can't. One day I reckon someone will be competing fake money mental dolls with real ones like this. Probably Andrew. Fake shouldn't be allowed. Can't even sell Velcro, but can sell fakes. Come on eBay. I know, right? And the thing is, again, not to point out that particular seller, but a lot of their items, are really dubious. Like I said, they've got they're selling like 3DS games and things like that, which they've sold hundreds of, and it's not right. One has bids though genuine, so people do know they're fakes. I mean, genuine, so people. Yeah, I mean, people do know that there are fakes. Of course they do. But it's just something to bear in mind. It is crappy, Brad. Thank you for popping in. 99p postage. I want these rates. How did you receive yours? It was sent from the UK. I'm pretty sure it came within a few days. I think it was sent from the UK. It was wrapped in bubble wrap and a poly mailer, Ryan. You should leave negative feedback. INAD and report. Hi Andy, so meta. Hi Thrifty Lobster. Did you check for sales before buying them, etc., or was it on the spot buying? No, Ryan, I on purposely bought it. I had a hunch that it was a fake. I bought it so that I could compare for myself as well. I just wanted to see the difference because I've seen videos on YouTube and I wanted to see it for myself. I like doing this. I did the same with Razer mouse mat, so I unfortunately knowingly did it. So it's like I've patroned them, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I did it, like I said, so I could basically so that I could so I could see for myself what the situation is. They're registered as a business seller. I think that's the thing, they're registered as a business seller. I can't see any issue. Yeah, it came to me in about a week or something, so I'm not sure if it was from abroad or not, but it looked packaged well anyway. Ashley says it's so frustrating. They're spoiling things for customers and genuine sellers, and they seem to get away with it. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like they're at the top of search, and they're selling because of it. And obviously their pricing plays a big part of that, of course. Their pricing is £17. It's show us solds on the figures. Let's check how often the genuine ones sell. NECA Ultimate Chucky goes. If I go to solds, I'll show you. Here's some solds, so you can see sold. Someone's selling it for $16.38 with free shipping. So I actually overpaid for my fake. One at auction went for $26, $33, $23, $12. I don't know. 17, 16. See, it seems like the fake ones are outselling the real ones. And then the thing is, that's going to affect the market as well. That must be a real one for 35 maybe. Or maybe they go from China, £12, £10 from China plus £10 shipping. It's ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous. Hey Mr. Diggs, how are you? That eBay seller is selling that Pennywise for $18.99. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. If you see a suspicious seller on Amazon listing, don't send yours in. Sometimes people wrongly get the inauthentic complaint because the customer doesn't understand the buy box system. Yes, good point. Anomalous data point. Hi Glock fan. Some people aren't up on the fake stuff out there. They think people only copy the expensive stuff. Still amazes me a $20 item is worth. I know Fat Girl saying it's incredible. Like the amount of effort they've gone to to fake this, like the box, the accessories, the head sculpts. You know, look, this is the fake one, guys. This is the fake. This is so you receive this. If you don't know, you might think you've got the real thing. Like that is how the fake one comes. So the blister packaging is similar, not the same, but obviously you can tell the quality of the. If you know what you're looking for, you can tell it's not right. I mean, you know, just look at this alternate head sculpt. You know, you can just tell that one of the eyes is much higher than the other eye, and the plastic again. But who's gonna know that unless you're a fan? If you look at the actual knives, like for example, this is his like blade, his like shaving blade, like his barber's blade. It's gonna be impossible to show you that; it's too small. But the silver part, like the blade part, is this really horrible plastic. It doesn't even look like it's a real knife, whereas on the NECA ones they've painted it in a way which looks so much better. But if you're unversed, you're going to be happy with your 17 quid. You're not going to know. And the sellers that have shelled out to sell the genuine thing are going to be left. So yeah, good point there, Fat Girl Sewing. But I wanted to. Leanne says, I'm surprised that the manufacturer has not discovered the fakes on eBay. The big companies are usually all over it and have teams searching for fakes. Can you report directly to them plus eBay? I probably could, Leanne. I mean, NECA are quite good. I think in the US on eBay.com, I think NECA are quite controlled. They are an authorized seller as well. Like they have their own logo on their listings, etc. I guess here in the UK, maybe they're not as hot. Who knows? Recently, by they probably do fake Interstellar NECAs. I'm really sorry to tell you, they probably do fake them. But hopefully you've got real ones. The brand should know about this. Yeah, and I would expect them to protect themselves because it's crazy that this happens. Hey Andy, so Meta, hi Mr. Sadie. I'm sure NECA do know about it, but it's hard to stop the Chinese. If Lego can't stop their products from being ripped off, what hope do smaller companies ever have? Very good point, Damien. Very good point. I think I think some obstacles wouldn't be a bad thing. Like if you are stating that you're selling a new figure or a new toy from a company, you should have some kind of proof to back that up. Now, I do understand that would mean that if you're doing retail arbitrage from a superstore, I know Amazon doesn't accept that. It would be great if Amazon did, because you'd expect a superstore, for example, like Tesco or Asda, to only be buying legit products. So if you've got a receipt from them, that should be enough to prove it. But yeah, it's one of those things. Hi, Night's Life. As UK business sellers, we have to have our business address in all our listings. I don't see any in that listing. They appear to be a UK business seller. How do they get around it? Bad Wolf, I don't know how they get around it. But yeah, they seem to be based in the UK. I mean, the stock you bought, did you buy the stock you have without the research beforehand? You'll still sell the genuine ones, no problems though, so solid investment. Yeah, of course. Without... Well, no, I when I bought the stock, I obviously researched it, and I obviously did my due diligence to make sure that I'm getting the real deal. I obviously was aware that there were faked figures and things. I knew that, but I just thought it would be interesting to share it, really. So yeah, it's just something to be aware of, and I wanted to draw a bit of attention to it. I'll see what else. Hey Polashek, how are you? Yeah, crazy souls all over the place. Very true. The most popular bill to counterfeit in the US is just $5. Seriously, not even a 20. He had the crazy card. It makes sense in a way. Hey Nadine, how are you? Nadine Cockman, thank you for popping in. Why don't you ask for a return, see if you can get a refund, say it's fake, and see what they say? Chris, they've already had a few negative feedbacks on quite a small account. I think people have actually sent them negative feedback from what I've seen due to selling fakes. So I think but it's only in the last 6 months. In the last 6 months, they've had 3 people say stuff that they received, or they've either not received something, or it's fake. But but it's really heartbreaking when you see people leaving them positive feedback for their fake NECA figures, saying, you know, delivery spot on, etc. It's kind of sad. But yeah. The Lone Star Picker says, Zahir, hello, hope you are well today and have found some amazing items. Hi, Lone Star Picker. Yeah, I haven't been outsourcing today. I was just sharing like a little kind of, not issue, but just an obstacle that I have by dealing in genuine goods versus sellers who sell fakes from China. A lot of people have to deal with that question. Do you own any fake Razer stuff to try out? Yes, Ryan, I did buy a fake Razer mouse mat to compare against my real one. That is true. That's a product of slave labor in China, says Mr. Sadie. Yep. Right. My ex-wife was great at fakes, says Ken. Very funny. Can you make a listing emphasizing genuineness? Some sellers do just put genuine in the title. So yeah. Can we in chat bombard them with questions about whether the products are genuine, etc., or report? I don't know, Leanne. I don't wish ill on them. You know, after my last outburst, I'm very careful to like lose my control. You know, I'm being as diplomatic considering the situation, so I wouldn't recommend doing anything like that. Bro, when am I going to crush you in basketball, says Polashek? I don't know. The world as a whole just needs to stop buying from China since they don't have the rules in place most of the rest of the world have. But the problem is, Fat Girl saying, the real stuff comes from China as well. You know, the real stuff comes from China as well. So you know, these are both made in China. But I mean, it's just, one is a shiny mess and one is a really detailed collectible figure, and it's just weird. Real McCoy versus Fugazi. It's Fugazi. That's right, Rob. How are you? They probably change their business name regularly, so harder to track them by the time they get reported. Yeah, very true. Does Beck like the Chucky stuff? Yeah. Hey, Merlins. Talking from experience, I started off in reselling, selling Lego compatible minifigures, but always put in my titles Lego compatible. I sold loads from AliExpress, but don't sell them anymore, says Mr. Diggs. Well, that's the thing. I mean, you know, I think it's you know, it's people have the right to sell what they want to a degree. But when it's like basically stealing someone's idea, so they don't have, you know, this company haven't paid the rights to the movie distributors and to the movie makers for the rights to use Chucky's image. They've not done any of that. They've not paid for any of that. They've, you know, they don't. It's just wrong. It's in these kind of cases, it's just wrong. But yeah. Outburst, what did I miss? Nothing, Rob. You didn't miss anything. Made from genuine materials. Andy says I'm from China. There's nothing wrong from being from China. It's just frustrating that I think there's a number of frustrations here, isn't there? There's the fact that there are fakes out there. We know that anyway. But it's the fact that fakes are being sold on a marketplace as established as eBay, and not only are they being sold, they are getting promoted. You know, they're being promoted so they can sell more. I mean, that is what I find the most kind of off about this. And you know, literally everything is faked. You know, literally everything can be faked. So you've got to just be ultra careful what you do. And actually, if you look closely at the listing, you can see the seller's been a bit clever, because in their item specifics they have not actually put that the brand is NECA. They've used the word NECA in the title, but they've not actually called it NECA in the brand specifics, which is really interesting. You know, I think that's something that's interesting. I mean, you know, I can show you guys another example. Check this out, guys, as well. So here's another example. This is available on, you know, this is available on, what's it called? on oh, hold on. We'll see what Rob's super chat is.
There is a video on Vice that a Chinese sneaker seller would hire the same workers from the Nike factory on day off to make counterfeit shoes.
It makes a lot of sense, Rob. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, it almost looks like whoever's made this has probably got access to the genuine molds, but there are differences, even to the waist size and the shape of the shoes. There are significant differences. But yeah, but let me just show you guys. I just want to show you this actually, so that here's another example, guys. Like this has been sold on eBay 231 times apparently. £9.09 for Pokemon Platinum version. It's not the real game, so it's crazy, and this is, people are buying this and nothing happens. It's standard, so it's nothing new, but it's nothing new. Is the feeler top genuine? Yes, Ryan, the feeler top is genuine. I can't believe it's not NECA, says Andy. I find it crazy. Oh, thank you, Tracy. That's very sweet of you. Yeah, it was just more of a like a video I wanted to make. I'm probably gonna do like an in-depth like video about these tomorrow, but I'll put it on my other channel where it'll probably be more suitable. Just comparing genuine versus fake, just so I can get like closer with the camera or something. But there we go. Mr. Sadie says, just another example of eBay allowing some fakes and not others. Does this happen on Amazon as well? Mr. Sadie, it does happen on Amazon. However, Amazon have done something about it. A lot of sellers have been restricted from selling brands unless they can provide invoices from recognized like distributors, wholesalers. So you're not allowed to sell a certain brand unless you've got proof that you've got either that you're either allowed to sell it, or that you've got proof as in a whole. You can either have like a letter from the manufacturer saying this person is allowed to sell our products, or if you've got a receipt from a genuine, recognized wholesaler. But unfortunately, what that has meant is a lot of resellers who source retail arbitrage have then been frozen out, because unfortunately Amazon won't accept like a supermarket receipt as a proof of genuine like purchase type thing. So yeah. If you can't beat them, then join them. No way, Ryan. Not going to happen. Some parts of China, some parts, some products the quality is ace, in other parts quality is awful. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it wouldn't. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me that whoever's making these this like this abomination here has access to the real molds, and on their days off go in with their like substitute materials or something. But anyway, oh gosh, yeah, very annoying. Question: would this enrage you more if it was low CRC stuff? If the thing with the radio control industry is LoC have been undercut by Chinese manufacturers who have copied their vehicles, but with radio control they're protected a little bit more, because the quality of the plastics, etc., the price difference is humongous, kind of like this really. But I think radio control hobbyists know the real from the fake. They're a lot more discerning than your average customer that's just popping on to buy a giftable item such as an action figure. Yeah. If you look on the About Us shipping page under listing, it's all a bit pidgin English, does not appear to be the Queen's English, says Leanne. The loan suffix says corporate leashing, they call it here, read the Amazon overlord. No, not going to happen, Ryan. Imagine a LoC fake for 200, they would sell like hotcakes. They would, but it wouldn't perform like a LoC. Right, guys, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I do appreciate you coming on and listening to me. Okay, Leanne's just got a quote from a page selling the lovely item. High quality as the picture shows. There are two different qualities on the market. Yes, I know, right, Leanne? It actually says that as if, yeah. Andy says, just got 4 fake. Oh, yeah, the B6 iMacs get faked so much, Andy, so meta. Yeah, they... yeah, it's completely. Those chargers get faked so much. Vincent says fake Z. Others would call it an alternative. Yeah, no, an alternative should be different. I disagree there, Vincent. I know there are buyers for all, but it's not an alternative. It's a fake. It's a counterfeit. If it was an alternative product, it should be just called. It should just be called scary killer doll, and it should look completely different. You know, it shouldn't be aiming to literally duplicate the original. It's a fake. Yeah, you're right or wrong, there are buyers for everything, but you know, I just find it frustrating. And as someone that's like new to kind of getting into this side of business in terms of buying more like product like wholesale, you know, it makes you aware that what you're up against in terms of obstacles. There's a set of different obstacles, because you know, if you find that you're spending good money on stock and then your stock is sitting for longer than it should because people are picking up the fake version of what you're selling, that's not cool. But you know, oh gosh. No, I'm not gonna say that, Ryan. Yeah, okay, but people want as near to the expensive original items, but I definitely see what you're saying. Very true, Vincent. I mean, the sales numbers prove that. You're 100% right. People at the end of the day do think with their wallet. And again, if you're a casual buyer, and someone says to you, like, you find out that your son or daughter wants a certain figure, and then you go and see that figure is like £40, but then you see the same looking figure for less than half that, for £17, the chances are you're going to think, I'll save myself some money and get that. You don't know what the difference is. You don't appreciate what the difference is. You probably don't care what the difference is. And I think that's what it is. Is it worth £20 to you, the fake? What's its price? To me, it's not worth that, because I know what a good action figure is. And for me, the biggest issue, more than the detail, is the type of plastic. It's that horrible plastic that you'd expect on a Hong Kong action figure from the 70s. You know, and I know some of those are valuable now, but my point is cheap plastic. It's not good plastic. It really isn't. It's not a patch. Like, I prefer the quality of like the matte finish on the thing. So yeah. Okay. Question: if Bex bought this for you and said, "Here you go," and you noticed it was fake, would you tell her? Oh hell yeah, Ryan. I'd completely tell her it was fake, because I wouldn't want her to make the same mistake again. So when she next buys me something, she'd know, she'd know to buy the correct one. I always stayed clear, says Vincent, but I started taking big money when I used to sell PS1 consoles, chipped with 10 great games back in the day. I completely understand that, Vincent. It's all about deception, says Jazz. If they sold it cheap and said replica in the title, that's a different story. Exactly. It's very deceptive, Jazz. It really is, because the title says... It's really interesting, because in the title, they've actually said NECA, Child's Play, and they've called it the Ultimate Chucky. But then in the item specifics, they've left the brand as unbranded, which is interesting. And then they've just put, for everything else, they've just put model. They've not put Child's Play. They've done everything they can to avoid the item specifics and they've put like no detail in the item specifics. There's no EAN number, there's no MPN, no manufacturer number, nothing, nothing at all. Everything is left to as little as possible, but all the important information that people search for, which is NECA Child's Play or NECA Ultimate Chucky, that's all in the title, and that's all they need. So yeah, it's very deceptive. Plastic of the fake might be toxic, says Anomalous Data Point. Maybe. No to pay up, would she? Yeah, she'd know, Ryan. She knows a good. I actually, to be fair, I actually took these over to her, and she has no. She hadn't got a chance to properly look, and she immediately spotted the fake. She immediately said, "That's fake," and she could tell that was the real one. So yeah, she could immediately tell, because honestly the real one is very difficult to get across in this lighting, etc. But honestly the difference is humongous. In person it's humongous. Yeah, if you've got them side by side, it's yeah. Right. The real Chucky is going to be pissed when he sees this video, says Mr. Sadie. I agree about not deceiving the customer, says Vincent. Yeah. Lone Star says, Z, my parents used to buy me 70s and early 80s knockoffs as a kid in California. Most were Hong Kong, some Taiwan, and a few Japanese. Exactly, Lone Star Picker. They've got that certain look to the plastic. How many Chuckies do you have, Z? I've got a couple, Ryan. Not a huge amount. I'm not like leveraged or anything. I've got a nice amount that I'm happy with. They have also put an asterisk at the beginning of the brand, which sort of looks like a small registered trademark at a quick glance. Oh wow, interesting. Yeah, but thank you everybody for joining me. I really do appreciate it. It's yeah, I'm gonna check under the bed tonight. Yeah, in person it's humongous. Very funny, Andy. Yeah, I was talking about the action figures. Obviously, Andy, so better. No, not 500. No, come on, man. I can't afford 500. I've got a small amount. But yeah, I just wanted to share this because also from the perspective of whatever you do in this business or in any business, you're going to come up against new challenges. When I was dealing in like just my used items from the car boots, etc., you do want to make sure what you're selling is legitimate, but you're not facing, you're not in it for a lot of money. So if you do find out that you've bought something that's fake, you've not lost a lot of money, you've only lost a little bit of money. Whereas if you've bought into something like wholesale and you've bought a bunch of something from a source that you haven't verified, and then you find out that you've got a whole bunch of fake stock, that could be really damaging. And even if you have got the real deal like I have, you're then going up against people that are happy to sell fake stuff. So just something I wanted to talk about, really. Keep them figures separated tonight or you'll have a bloodbath on your hands in the morning, says Mr. Sadie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the real Chucky wouldn't want to be next to this fake one. Don't pretend to be skint. Very funny, Ryan. Interesting topic, says Mr. Diggs. Thanks, says Brad. Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm going to call it a night. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, whatever it is, or night. And thank you for listening to me. Appreciate it. See you in the next one. Bye. I should really say bye, and then what I should do is actually have the window open. I'm actually going to press end stream now.